have you ever just stopped and wondered how your body, well, does anything? I mean, how it turns the lunch you just ate into actual energy, or how it builds and repairs itself every single second. It all happens at a speed that just seems impossible. So let's dive into this because the answer is honestly incredible.
No, really, think about that for a second. Without some kind of biological cheat code, the chemical reactions needed just to break down a single meal, they could take decades. So how on earth does your body pull it off in just a few hours?
Well, the secret is all thanks to these tiny, unsung heroes called enzymes. And right now, there are thousands of them inside you working away. They are the super speeders, the microscopic workforce that is literally running the whole show. All right, so let's properly meet these powerhouses. We're going to find out exactly who they are and what their vital mission is.
Okay, so at its core, an enzyme is a type of protein that acts as a biological catalyst. Now that word, catalyst, is everything. It means they kickstart a reaction and make it go way, way faster, but they themselves don't get used up. So as soon as one job is done, they're on to the next one, and the next one, instantly.
And their missions? They're absolutely vital. I mean, we're talking about the most fundamental processes of life itself, from digesting your food and building new tissues, all the way to the critical task of repairing your DNA and even just allowing your muscles to move. Without them, life as we know it would just grind to a halt.
That all sounds amazing, right? But how do they actually do it? How does one tiny protein speed things up so incredibly well? Well, lucky for us, there's a brilliant analogy that makes it all click: the lock and key model.
So just imagine the enzyme is a very specific lock. The molecule it needs to work on, we call that the substrate, is the key. Step 1, the key fits perfectly into the enzyme's active site. Step 2, the enzyme, our lock, holds that key in the absolute perfect position for a reaction. Step 3, bam, the chemical reaction happens, like millions of times faster than it would have otherwise. And finally, poof, the enzyme releases the new products and is immediately ready to grab the next key. Now that little spot we mentioned, the keyhole, well, it has a proper name: the active site. This is that uniquely shaped pocket on the enzyme where all the magic happens. Its specific shape is what makes each enzyme a specialist, designed for one and only one job.
And this right here, this is where you really see their power. We're not talking about a small improvement. We are talking about taking a reaction that would naturally take centuries and making it happen in a few milliseconds. That is the unbelievable power of enzymes. But our biological heroes aren't invincible. You know, like any highly specialized tool, they need to be in exactly the right environment to work. If the conditions aren't perfect, they can run into their own version of kryptonite.
You see, enzymes are kind of like Goldilocks. Things have to be just right. There are 3 main factors that can really throw them off their game: temperature, the pH level, and the concentration of both the enzymes and their substrates.
And when these conditions get too extreme, too hot, too acidic, or too basic, something really bad can happen to our little enzyme heroes. They can denature. But what in the world does that actually mean?
So to denature means the enzyme literally loses its precise, carefully folded shape. And when that happens, the active site, our keyhole, gets all warped and bent out of shape. The key no longer fits. And just like that, the enzyme is broken.
Think of it this way. If you take a metal lock and you heat it until it starts to melt, that keyhole is going to change shape, right? Your key isn't going to work anymore. That is exactly what happens to an enzyme. And this, by the way, is precisely why a very high fever is so dangerous. It can actually start to denature or melt the essential enzymes your body relies on to survive. And speaking of things being just right, enzymes are highly specialized for their home turf. Take pepsin, for example. It works in your stomach, and it loves a super acidic environment, around pH 2. But amylase, the enzyme in your saliva, works best at a totally neutral pH of 7. If you were to put amylase in the stomach, it would denature in an instant.
And then there's concentration. The best way to think about this is like a supermarket checkout. The more cashiers, our enzymes, you have, the faster the lines move. Makes sense. But if you suddenly get a huge rush of customers, all the cashiers are going to get busy. At that point, opening more checkout lanes won't make the lines move any faster because the enzymes are totally maxed out.
Okay, now that we've got the science down, let's go find these amazing little molecules in the real world. You might actually be surprised where they show up, not just inside you, but all around you. So, right now, as you're sitting here listening to this, there's a whole team of enzymes hard at work inside you. You've got amylase in your saliva breaking down starches, proteases in your stomach tackling proteins, and lipases handling fats. They are the demolition crew that takes your food apart so you can use it for fuel.
Ever wonder how your laundry detergent gets out those really tough grass or chocolate stains? Yup, that's enzymes. A lot of modern detergents are packed with specific enzymes that are designed to find and dismantle the exact molecules that make up those stains, lifting them right off your clothes. Pretty cool, huh?
They're in your kitchen, too. Enzymes are absolutely essential for making things like cheese and yogurt. They're used to make fruit juices less cloudy, and even to make meat more tender. They're a secret ingredient in so many of the foods you probably eat every day.
And maybe the most mind-blowing one of all, there are special enzymes constantly on patrol inside every single one of your cells, and their job is to proofread your DNA. They hunt for errors and damage, and they repair it to protect your genetic blueprint. Think about that. These enzymes are literally keeping you, you.
So, when you get right down to it, enzymes are these invisible, super-fast heroes, working tirelessly to power our world and our bodies. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other invisible forces are out there, powering your life right at this very moment?